Laura stood in front of the mirror, adjusting the dress that Alessandro had given her for the occasion. It was a simple dress, but elegant, enough for an important evening, but not overly gaudy. Despite the care with which she had chosen every detail of her appearance, Laura could not help but feel out of place. That evening, Alessandro would introduce her to his family and friends at an event hosted by his mother, Claudia, a woman who dominated the city's business and social scene. Before continuing, subscribe to our channel and activate the bell. Claudia was a woman used to keeping everything under control, and she had never hidden her disapproval of her son's relationship with Laura. Alessandro, for his part, seemed unaware or perhaps decided to ignore his mother's veiled hostility. He was sincerely in love with Laura and saw no reason why his relationship should be judged. But Claudia had organized that event with a precise goal: to expose Laura's weaknesses, to highlight the distance between her and that world of luxury and power. Claudia's villa was a work of art, located in one of the most exclusive neighborhoods of the city. Huge panoramic windows reflected the colors of the sunset, flooding the interior with a warm golden light. The marble floors, the antique furniture, the crystal chandeliers, everything spoke of a life of wealth and prestige. Laura walked with Alessandro, hand in hand, but she felt the weight of the gazes on her. The guests, dressed in evening gowns, seemed to move with natural grace in that environment. Laura, on the other hand, although she tried to appear casual, couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, evaluated. During the first conversations, everything seemed to be going well, but soon the questions began to become more personal, more invasive. "So, Laura," said one of Claudia's family friends, smiling hastily, "what kind of work do you do? It must be really interesting." The question, though seemingly innocuous, carried a subtle judgment. Laura calmly explained that she was starting a small design firm, something she had always dreamed of. But she knew that behind the interest was a poisonous curiosity, a way of underlining that her work was not on the level of the multi-million-dollar businesses run by the other guests. The evening went on, and Alessandro became more and more absorbed in conversations with his mother's friends and business associates. Laura often found herself alone, surrounded by people who smiled at her, but who didn't really consider her part of that world. The laughter was gentle, but there was an obvious distance, as if she were there by mistake. At a certain point, she felt the need to go out for a breath of fresh air. In the garden, lit by soft lights, Laura sat on a bench. She looked at the starry sky, trying to calm her heartbeat. The evening, which should have been special, was turning into a nightmare of inadequacy. Alessandro found her shortly after and sat down next to her, worried. "Is everything okay?" he asked, and even though Laura nodded, he knew it wasn't true. After a few minutes of silence, she spoke. "Alessandro, I love you, but I don't know if I can be a part of this world. I always feel out of place, never enough. Everything here is so different from what I know." Alessandro looked at her tenderly, searching for the right words. "Laura, it doesn't matter to me what others think. I love you for who you are, not for what the world expects of you. And I want to be with you, no matter what else." His words touched her, but Laura knew that the path ahead would be complicated, especially with Claudia controlling every aspect of Alessandro's life. In the days following the party, Alessandro and Laura spoke often about their future together. Laura knew that, despite Alessandro's love, Claudia's presence would always be an obstacle. Claudia had built an empire and wanted Alessandro to find a partner worthy of that vision, someone who could support and expand his legacy. Claudia watched Alessandro's resistance with growing frustration. Her maneuvers to push Laura away weren't working as planned. She decided to change tactics, invite them to a more intimate dinner, just the three of them, hoping to test Laura in a more subtle way. During dinner, Claudia began asking seemingly gentle but meaningful questions. "Laura, it's really admirable what you do," she said with a smile. "But are you sure your design studio is a stable business? Business is very complex, you know." Laura kept her cool and answered honestly, explaining how she had worked hard to build her business, but felt like every word was being weighed, judged. Claudia, with her cool demeanor, didn't seem impressed. Alessandro, finally tired of the subtle pressure, stepped in. "Mom, Laura doesn't need your permission to make her dreams come true. I believe in her, and you should too." Claudia was silent for a moment, surprised by her son's determination. The dinner ended on a tense note, but for the first time, Claudia began to reflect on her actions. The control she had exerted over Alessandro was threatening to push him away for good. In the days that followed, Claudia was forced to face reality. She had always believed that success was measured by power and control, but she was about to lose her son because of this limited vision. She began to understand that there were other ways to achieve happiness and success. Meanwhile, Laura continued to work on her dream. With Alessandro's support, her design studio became a success, attracting the attention of important clients and receiving praise for its originality. Laura's passion and determination also inspired Alessandro, who began to invest in innovative projects related to sustainability, moving away from his family's traditional business. Slowly, Alessandro's relationship with his mother changed, based on a new mutual respect. Laura, who had initially been seen as an outsider, became part of the family, not because of her origins or social position, but because of her strength and determination. Their story became a symbol of growth and change. Laura and Alessandro demonstrated that love and resilience can overcome even the highest barriers, that true wealth is not measured by money or status, but by the ability to remain true to oneself and one's values, even when the world seems to oppose it. One day, during a particularly intense conversation with Laura, Claudia confessed that she had always wanted to protect Alessandro, to ensure that his future was safe and prestigious. She calmly replied, "I understand your desire to protect him, but Alessandro is a capable man, and I'm not here to take him away from what he loves. I want to build something together with him that reflects who we really are, not what others think we should be." That conversation marked a turning point. Claudia began to see Laura no longer as a threat, but as a person who could enrich Alessandro's life in ways she had not considered. Over time, he began to respect Laura for her strength and determination, and their relationship gradually improved. Alessandro, who had always believed in the importance of balancing family expectations with his own independence, felt he was finally free to live his life the way he wanted. With Laura by his side, he felt stronger and more capable of facing the challenges of the future. Together, Alessandro and Laura built a solid private life and also a successful career based on values of integrity and sustainability. Their love, born in difficult circumstances, proved to be an unstoppable force, capable of overcoming every obstacle and demonstrating that respect, love, and trust are the true foundations of a lasting relationship. Did you like this story? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching the video till the end, and see you next story.